So Apple's released a product that, for the first time in years, may have actually earned them some well-deserved flowers. And as someone who generally hates corporations, and particularly Apple with their obscene model of releasing a new iPhone each year with only minimal improvements, it feels kind of icky to say. But hear me out. You see, for as long as I can remember, Apple has never exactly been a value pricing juggernaut, and certainly not with their laptops. The buy-in cost for any laptop with a little Apple logo was about $1,000 minimum. That was just the price of entry into Mac's exclusive realm of computing, where your files are stored in a cloud against your will. But I digress. So after building their entire reputation on laptops that are a minimum of $1,000 or more, they just announced a new MacBook, the Neo, which starts at just $599. Or under $500 if you have an education discount. And yeah, sure, it's stripped of some of the bells and whistles, but it's a pretty decently spec'd device, especially when considering 90% of users are just going to browse the internet and watch Netflix. So why does this matter? Well, because like Coca-Cola for fizzy sugar drinks, Apple is a harbinger of products in the tech space. Brands have spent the better part of 2 decades just trying to copy whatever Apple does, almost beat for beat. And Apple hasn't typically yielded its status as a luxury brand. They didn't try to compete with bargain brands such as Chromebook, but now they are. And why is that? Well, maybe I hit my head and I'm falling victim to hopium, but maybe, just maybe, they're listening to what consumers have been saying for the last 4 or 5 years now, that the cost of everything is killing consumers. Job losses are stacking month over month, and just recently, January saw a retail shopping slowdown. And that's because most consumers, the ones on the bottom of this current K-shaped economy, are more value conscious than ever. And this release is a sign that Apple is seeking to actually meet the demands of a more price-sensitive consumer by offering a MacBook at half the normal price. And as the biggest name in tech, by offering a laptop that is perfectly serviceable to most users, it hopefully means that other brands will follow suit. It may be Apple trying to signal that, unlike many brands recently, you can't keep ignoring the bulk of average consumers and constantly banking on a dwindling pool of wealthier buyers to buy your premium products. And Apple seems to believe that there's a market for both the affordable option as well as their traditional pricey premium laptops that appeal to a different type of buyer. So I, for one, love to see brands that are openly catering to price-sensitive and value-conscious consumers, because Apple is quietly acknowledging that value matters again. Companies are finally starting to hopefully get wise to the fact that they've been out of touch with consumers, and while many companies are opting for temporary gimmicks, Apple MacBook Neo is a more meaningful investment in value-type production. And hopefully when a brand as big as Apple embraces this concept, other brands will follow suit.